Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I am Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yes. Well, we didn't just watch it.
Well, we watched it last night in a whole other state.
Yes. They were actually 2 days before.
What?
They started playing together. It wasn't last night, because last night was Christmas.
Oh, you're right. It was 2 days ago.
Yes. It's so discombobulating, because we were on the other side of the country, and now we're back. And then we watched Potomac, but we didn't do a show, because we were of course, didn't have our podcasting equipment to do so.
Right.
So now
we've been kind of rude as well. Been like, hey, family, hold on a second. We need to go upstairs and do our podcast.
Yeah.
Although they want to watch, and half of them, not half of them, but a good number of them had some opinions.
Yeah. We went.
If we put a microphone in front of their face, they would have been like, let me tell you about Potomac.
They would have been like, I don't like so-and-so.
They, in fact, did tell us they didn't like so-and-so.
They straight up did, yeah. They being right. So, yeah, we went to the East Coast, and we saw my family and stayed with at my sister's house, Sunday through Christmas.
Yeah. We just left the day after Christmas.
Yeah.
Now we're back home in California.
I know. It's so weird.
It is absolutely crazy, being on the opposite side of the country and then now here.
A short 6 hours.
Oh, God.
So long and so
yeah, the thing that...
tiring.
Yeah. The 6 hour... We flew Frontier, and the flight and everything, we were worried about Frontier, only having one nonstop flight to where we were going, and that it was going to get canceled and all that stuff. Then we'd just be kind of screwed and stuck trying to find a way to get to where we were going or getting home.
Yes.
Turns out everything with Frontier was wonderful.
No delays, left right on time.
Yep.
We were able to, didn't have to check our bags, which we really were afraid of.
Yeah.
Although that was the last leg.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah.
But all the airlines have that issue. But, one thing we didn't take into account, especially because we took a red eye out to where we were going, was, the ability to sleep comfortably on a plane or sit comfortably. And Frontier's seats, dear God, are the worst things ever. And that's, not just to say, flying's awful. Flying would have been great, but those seats are awful.
Again, there goes our endorsement.
It doesn't matter.
Frontier.
I mean, hey, Frontier, if you can, maybe we'll create a special Husbands Watching Housewives pillow. You can sit on, make it so you don't,
donuts.
Exactly. You don't get a bed sore from sitting on a plane for 4 hours. So,
not comfy. It was an inch thick. It was just yeah, I couldn't sleep. I slept maybe half an hour.
The seats are too narrow. I had plenty of leg room, I feel like, and I'm a tall guy. I didn't feel like leg room was the issue. It was the fact that you couldn't lean on the seat next to you. I don't really care. They didn't recline. That was one problem. But reclining isn't the problem. It's the ability to just kind of scoot your seat back a little bit and then lean your head on the seat next to you so you can take a little bit of a nap.
No.
And you can't do that.
No.
Yeah, so anyway.
Not great. But it was, the important part was that we got to where we were going and we had a great time. Mm-hmm. It was family fun, minimal drama.
That word fun is doing a lot of work in that sense.
I mean, there's a little, touch and go for the most part. We actually played games. We had ugly sweaters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's ugly sweater contests. There was white elephant. We played taboo. It was very wholesome. Well, not the game of taboo, because people were cussing, much to my mom's dismay.
Yes.
Why are you guys cursing? Why are you so loud?
Yeah, I realized one of the things that I was really... Rowdy?
It was a rowdy game.
Very rowdy. One of the things I was really nervous about is that, I've only seen Jeff's family, in person a handful of times. A few times one-on-one and then at our wedding, which obviously I wasn't spending a lot of time, hanging out with people at our wedding. Mm. But, so I was just... I was nervous about, how much of this is normal kind of family drama and how much of this is just the way that they are as a family. And so I was really worried that I'd be in there being oh God, do I say something? Do I not say something? But
they loved you. I mean, they already loved you, right, obviously. But I think, you were a great addition to Christmas, and they loved your shadiness, as my sister said.
Yeah.
Just how because you're very snappy and with a zinger, and I think you fit right in.
Well, I was glad to have fit right in, and I was also glad to be able to kind of relax a little bit and not be so worried that I was going to say something that would offend somebody or would just be the wrong thing. I guess what I was really afraid of is that there would be a little bit of family drama going on that I mistook for being lighthearted ribbing. And I would jump in and be that's what she said. And then people would turn to me and be that was a serious thing. You should not be making jokes about that. I'd be like, okay. And then I would have
canceled at Christmas.
And I would have Homer Simpson back into the bushes. So yeah, I'm really glad I got to see that. I was really glad to see everyone else who, there's a little bit of tension here and there, but I was able to see them all relax with each other. And then I was like, okay, it's not just me, and it's not, it's just how families are.
There are family things where you know each other so long, and, certain things it might bug you, but you still, I think everyone's still gotten to the spirit of the day. And it was just really nice seeing everybody and just spending that time. And yeah.
I called your brother-in-law extra. He didn't seem to like that, but
he was a little extra. I mean, he was also a little drunk like others,
That's
he didn't know how to play taboo.
No, he did not. He would read down that list of words he was not supposed to say.
He's like, lasagna.
Yeah, not.
It's pasta. No, it's a pasta. No.
But yeah, it was Christmas Eve. We watched Potomac. We went out to Cheesecake Factory that night.
Oh gosh, the Cheesecake Factory, yes.
Which they were open. I mean, good on them. And bad on us.
And it's a table for 7.
Yeah.
Because the place we wanted to go to was all booked. Imagine that, Christmas Eve, a steakhouse. But yeah, it was. I love the Cheesecake Factory. The fact that they were able to fit us in was great.
It's because you're a preferred member. I mean, you're part of the rewards club.
I am.
They looked you up. They even asked you, like, oh, is it Jeff with a G? And you're
I was like,
sure is,
ma'am.
Now, I feel bad that we were part of the problem of reasons people need to stay open late on Christmas Eve. But at the same time, I'm very glad that they were open on Christmas Eve.
They're that late.
We're there till like 9 o'clock.
Was it that?
Yeah, it was. So,
yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's still, I've again, because my family's a Christmas Eve family. Like, I've never really tried to be at a restaurant on Christmas Eve. So.
Right. Yeah. So why would you? Yeah.
Yeah. But a few places we tried to go were closed. A few were just packed. And then Cheesecake Factory, they snuck you right in. It was great.
It was delightful. We also saw my best friend, Ash. Mm-hmm. She was great hanging out with her and eating and just catching up and super fun and Christmassy, and she enjoyed your parking.
Apparently I am the most butch homosexual because I can parallel park a car.
He's like
I'm good at parallel parking.
You are. You're really good at it. It's really impressive. Yeah,
it's even easier with a backup cam, but before backup cams, man, I was still great at it.
Right.
I can do a 3-point turn like nobody's business. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then and we watched the Beyonce concert, aka there was a football game, I guess.
Yeah, there was some sort of football game happening.
Yeah, it was really about Cowboy Carter, and I enjoyed that a lot. My sister really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
she's really big Beyonce fan.
She dancing in front of the TV like a teenage girl.
She was. Well, she saw the Renaissance tour in 2 different cities, so she saw it in Paris, where it's cheaper than tickets in America.
Right. Ticketmaster and their nasty fees.
Yeah.
But then, Beyonce is going to announce another tour, it seems like.
Allegedly. That's people think.
January?
That's people think. I think we have to go, if that's the truth, we have to go see Cowboy Carter, because I would really enjoy that.
Or they're starting a Real Housewives of Houston, and she's... So, I'd go to a Beyonce concert. I don't know, though. I don't want to spend a small fortune, but I feel like we'd have to.
Maybe not small fortune. I don't want to be, I think there's somewhere between nosebleeds and front row.
We don't, somewhere between horrible and too expensive.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll find a happy medium. I'd say I'd rather spend a small fortune on a Beyonce concert than a Madonna concert. So I'm happier to do that. Because when you proposed going to a Madonna concert, I was like,
Well, it's also a matter of and I'm not trying to age shame, but she's had a lot of injuries and whatnot, and it's you're not going to get the amazing Madonna experience for that much longer. Unfortunately, people,
right?
Bodies change, and you can't dance your ass off, like one used to.
I don't know what you're talking about. When we went and saw Patti LaBelle, she was dancing her ass. Oh wait, no, she wasn't. You're right.
She's not this.
She's a bit older too.
Yeah, but still great experience. So yeah, I mean, it would be great. I mean, if I'm gonna spend also a stone cold fortune on a Madonna concert, I want to hear dress you up. I want to hear live to tell. Well, she'll do that. Yeah, but lucky star.
Does she just do live to tell just because she needs like a good 10 minutes to breathe? She just like, I can sing this, and then they can sit there and play the interlude, and she can go around and do a costume change, come back later.
Come back. If I ran away. It's the best part of Live to Tell. Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows
that. So,
what if she did like a peppy version of it though? You'd like she just speeds it up. You're like, no.
There's no dance remix of. I'm sure there is somewhere, but like I don't want a dance remix of Live to Tell.
Now I know what our theme song is going to be for our season 2 dance version of Live to Tell.
Season 2 coming next year. We'll get into that.
Yeah, we will get into that.
Yeah. But Potomac, let's wrap up the year of Potomac, our final 2024 show.
Yeah, for those of you just joining us, this is the last episode of our first season of Husbands Watching Housewives. So thank you for following and finding us, and we appreciate you being with us, whether you've been here all year long or you just found us today. We like having you here. And so, yeah. Sorry, you said we'll get into that later, and I got into it now.
Oh, no. I was going to say we're going to have some new artwork.
Well, just slightly
new. Yeah.
So you'll don't be shocked if you see a somewhat more refined Husbands Watching Housewives logo. We're still the same people. We didn't get bought out by iHeartRadio or anything like that.
No,
we're not making money.
They wouldn't bring us to the fold. No.
Mm-mm.
We're too similar to like one of their other shows.
Yeah, just in many of the other shows. Yeah. Sure. But Potomac, where do we start with that? Was just
Karen kicking
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline out of her Blue Lagoon party.
Right.
Should have been Blue Lagoon. Where's Brooke Shields? Where's Christopher Atkins?
We went over this already. It wasn't Blue Lagoon.
I know, but she should have been. Or yeah.
It was stupid that she came in there, but I did like that Mia was just cackling the whole time.
Just like not even trying to hide the fact that she was enjoying this. Like, I mean, the 8 citations for the 8. Are we going to talk about?
Well, I mean, we have to talk
about
court. Well, I mean, not that you or I have really followed or studied it much, but we'll state the show.
And we'll get back to it.
Yeah. So, I mean, the fact that she came in there, it was also just very weak sauce. The fact that she couldn't keep a straight face when she was trying to be like, these 8 balloons, and then Mia kept laughing. It's like, if she had come in there and like been able to earnestly say,
she could have spun it in a way that was like, I want you to release this negative energy, Karen. These 8 balloons are your 8 citations flying away. They're not going to, and not all of them. And I care about you, and I want to extend this olive branch. But she came in like just with her dog peeing in the grass, just like shady, and it's like it was just, what are you doing, Jacqueline?
And so therefore, just admit you're there to be shading, and
just don't like hijinks.
Yeah.
Dumb hijinks.
So she gets kicked out. The whole idea that Karen was going to press charges doesn't come up till later, though, does it?
Later on, no.
Oh no, but she starts talking about the whole releasing balloons is illegal.
Well, that comes later too, and she's like talking about pressing.
Oh, I thought that was still like.
Well, let's just skip to that.
I know.
Yeah, she says she's gonna like press charges against Jacqueline for releasing balloons and like coming on her property and trespassing, and it's like, even as a friend of, you can't sue her because you definitely can't sue a full-time cast member. So I doubt you could even. It just was a weak thing to say, and again, it was Karen grasping at something to have a comeback for, So that was dumb. Oh, it was also. It was also dumb was Mia like frolicking in the pool.
What about Ray being like, "Oh, hey, mermaid ladies,
right?
How you doing?
Let me dry you off."
The whole thing when she's telling Karen, why do I keep on saying Karen? Jacqueline, like, she doesn't even own this house. She rents it. Well, she can still call the police and ask someone to be.
That was so dumb, especially since like Mia doesn't own hers either. Mia is house shop more than Karen.
Yeah, and so it's like that.
Who cares?
That case, and I wonder if, because it didn't really come up in Panama, it didn't come up that Mia was behind this, but it has to come up again.
I mean,
like, it kind of got dipped into that Mia was supporting Jacqueline's.
Look, Mia and Jacqueline share brains. So obviously, they were in cahoots on this. They came up with it, and it was dumb. And I don't know where she thought this was going to go. Probably Potomac sometimes will do these like hijinky things, but like if this was just like what are you doing? Why?
I like that when the balloon showed up, Gizelle was just having fun. Oh, look, a balloon.
Yes.
And even later on, I didn't realize it was about, which I think is, I call a little BS on. I think she heard it and was just going along with it like, no, it's not my ass on the line.
It's like, all I saw was balloons. I did not hear shade.
Yeah.
Like,
well, she heard shade and was probably like, I'm just going to go along with this. Hold my little balloon until something bad happens.
Not in the hot seat.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
And it's basically the Panama.
Yeah, it's Panama where they...
Packing montage, Panama.
2-hour sprinter ride.
From the airport to the resort, which would kill me. Like, because it had to be a long flight.
Yeah.
And then to get off that and be like, okay, that's why everyone fell asleep. You know, because they probably were like, oh, yeah, here we go. And then on the flight, and they're like, oh, wait, no, energy down.
Well, especially at the time of day where, you know, when you're there at that, which starts to get dark.
Yes.
And so, you know, you're just like, the lighting starts going, and with it goes your ability to keep your eyes open. So
it's like Wendy was falling like...
Yeah. And then they get there, and, you know, honestly, from what they showed of the resort, I wasn't that impressed.
I thought it was pretty, but we just couldn't really, obviously you can see because it was dark. Right.
But even like the whole, you know, villa assignment or the room assignments, while they were shady and everything, like...
When he chose chaos.
Yep. And she openly admitted chaos.
I chose chaos.
Which is good.
Title of the show.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Thank you.
Yes.
But I didn't think the rooms were all that nice, and, you know, like...
I mean,
even with the drama she assigned, it's not even that big of a deal. Like the idea of like Karen and Jacqueline staying in the same room, well, fine, okay.
Well, maybe they just didn't do a good job of like shooting the real estate porn of it all.
Because the production was tired when they got there too.
They were like, we will see in the morning, ladies. Like nothing's happening. Did you think the villas were better on Salt Lake?
Yes.
In Mexico?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So. Okay.
But also, I think because they were just larger. Because this one, they have 3 different villas. Where at Salt Lake, they had 2. So I think the ones in Salt Lake were meant to be just kind of more grand. And these are just like, oh, they're neighboring hotel rooms that each sleep 2.
That's true. Well, 3. Because side note, where's Jazzy? Never explained where, she's right behind you, where Jazzy was on the trip. Like, why she wasn't included. Was she away? Was she working? Like, why couldn't she come on the show? Because Jacqueline was there. So why not Jazzy?
Maybe we'll get an explanation after the break. Maybe, you know, when they come back, Jazzy will be like, look, I flew right in. Maybe she parachutes in.
She parachutes in.
Well, she'll show up like Jill Zarin or something.
Nice callback. Or nice just reference.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, basically it's like Karen's pissed because she's rooming with Jacqueline because of the chaos. But they go to dinner, and then it's like, let's confront people. And Giselle's like, that wasn't cool, Jacqueline. And it's like, whatever, Gizelle. You would have done the same thing. You've done a similar thing. Yeah. I like Ashley's callback to the whole pizza prank with Robin.
I forgot that. That's just a dumb prank, though, in general. So yeah, I guess it's a similar thing because they're both dumb pranks.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
They need to take some lessons from Aaron Leachy on how to do
prank.
Prank people actually care about. Right or wrong, people care about Aaron's prank.
Y'all, Karen is pregnant.
Yeah.
You got punked. No.
Like, oh, Mia's pregnant by another man. Oh, wait, no one cares.
Oh, God.
That's been the storyline all...
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no. What else? Oh, they would go to dinner. Dinner, like, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gizelle, like, half-assed, like, confronted Mia. Where's the fire that she... I totally now get what Wendy was saying. Mm-hmm. Now that we're talking about it again. Gizelle hated Wendy already. And then she came with so much fire for, like, Wendy allegedly making faces in regards to Giselle's daughter, which wasn't the case.
Right.
And then she had all this fire for her. But, like, with Mia, she's like, that wasn't cool, Mia. Don't talk about my kid. And then Mia like breaks down and cries, and she's like, okay, I feel bad for you.
Yeah. It didn't seem like it was very inconsistent of Gizelle. Like if she is like, also I think of any housewife, if you're going to take umbrage with someone talking about your kids, it needs to be consistent and like evenly keeled of like every time I'm coming for you. So just to make you have any thought again of doing it, you'll just be wiped right out of your head. Like, you don't talk about my kids. And this would be the first time that really Mia would have been talking about her kids. And so the fact that she did it not once, but
she
twice,
doubles down.
Yes.
She was basically like, your girls were, being loose.
Yeah. I mean, she's basically saying the girls were being hoes.
Yeah.
Just by having boys sneak in while they were gone. Like,
right.
It's so dumb.
They could have been like watching movies and like, whatever.
Well, and
like,
again, didn't Gizelle say something like, not everyone grew up the way...
She wasn't alarmed by it, yeah. Yeah, she threw it back. She like threw the hoe back.
Yeah.
It's like, they're not you.
Yeah, they're not you. Like, I trust them, da-da-da. And then the whole semantics over, you make them look perfect on social media and they're not perfect. It's like, what the hell is social media for? I mean, yeah.
Everyone's presenting an image that isn't completely truthful on social media.
And everyone gets that.
Or it's not even true. It's not... That's not totally representative of you all the time. Right. It's just a pretty picture.
Yeah. It's not like...
Which is what Instagram is for.
You'd be like, oh, I'm so depressed today. I'm going to take a picture. Oh,
people do that, though.
People do. But I'm just saying, like, majority of people, they take pictures of events and moments and things and put that on social media. They're not going to be like...
And then, like, the weird pivot that Mia did, well, I was in foster care and I have all these mothers, I have all these fathers. If you're showing up, And I'm like... okay, sure. But it was just, and then the crying about Gordon, which I get it can't be easy to deal with Gordon, when he has mental health issues.
But it's just so much...
It was a lot of deflection.
It's so much deflection. And also it just seems like everything with Mia it's something different every time. And it's like, it's getting to the point where I'm exhausted by her. And I'm just like, and I think a lot of people are exhausted. The other ladies on the show are just like, what's she going to say next? It's like, I don't really care to deal with it,
But then it gets like serious again with Gordon taking the kids out of the state while she's in Panama. I didn't understand, like, if they're with a babysitter and you want to be with them, okay, but then you drop them off with a different babysitter out of the state.
Well, that's also, I didn't necessarily follow all that when it was happening, but my only thing that I thought it was maybe he took them to Charlotte because he still goes to Charlotte. And so maybe...
Well, why would he leave them, though?
But maybe while he was in Charlotte, he took them to their nanny that's in Charlotte that they don't necessarily use anymore because they don't go to Charlotte that often. And then he was going to pick them back up. I don't know. Maybe
the whole thing is like, why take them out of a comfortable spot? And they said to say like, oh, it's going to be like, daddy and us time, daddy and kids time. And then be like, okay, peace out. Here's other nanny. You do know this nanny, but it's still weird for you to take you out of your comfortable environment. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
it's without telling Mia.
Right.
That's the...
I mean, that's definitely screwed up. You should tell Mia what's going on regardless. I feel like there's a detail that we're not being given.
Oh. Maybe we'll see more in the next episode. And we'll obviously get resolved because like she's out shopping with them in the next episode. So like they find the kids. Yeah. Well, Gordon picks up the phone or whatever.
Right. But yeah, it's the whole thing. I was curious too why she had to leave them with a nanny and not like just, hey, Gordon, here are your kids.
Well, maybe that's the thing. He was busy, or
that's what I assumed originally, was that he was busy and had other obligations, and so for him to even kind of
here's the other thing:
swoop
is
in
it that she doesn't trust Gordon because of his mental health issues to take care of the kids properly? Is that what we're saying? Is that what she's saying?
It sounds like it could be, but
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just there's so much randomness on her behalf too. I think. And she keeps blaming everything on Gordon, which feels just like kind of, for someone who's having mental health issues, it just seems like a easy scapegoat. You know what I mean?
I feel like from last year's reunion up until now, it's been really, not sketch, but like really awkward with how she's been telling us about Gordon's mental health issues, similar in vein to Dorit's. He's a full-blown alcoholic kind of situation.
Yeah.
Where it's like they're not main characters on the show, so they can't really like, talk about it in a way that the women can and spin their own narrative.
Right. They can't get their own version of the story out there until the reunion happens or until...
Right. Or they go on a podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Yeah, like you say, I'm just a little bit exhausted by Mia, and it's not an ever-changing story. It's just like a what now, and like
Right.
to shift back and forth between her, being shady with Karen, and by way of Jacqueline, and then now like me, and she can't even
Shady by proxy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And then she's dabbing her makeup with. She can't even form a triangle. Like, I mean. Do they have to pay Candace money if they use a triangle when she's not on the show?
Yes,
Probably.
they do.
I was reading something on Reddit, not deeply on Reddit, but while we were gone, I was reading, and people were saying that this episode or these last few episodes could really use Candace, because they're just saying that it's kind of missing some bite.
Someone to like point things out.
Or just someone to be like, this is ridiculous, y'all. Like, this is not something like, Wendy does it a little bit, but if Candace had been there, she would have been clapping back every step of the way.
Oh, totally.
And just been like, Jacqueline, this is the stupidest thing you've ever done in your life. Why are you doing this? She would be like,
no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Gizelle, you need to shut your, you need to be quiet about this because, and then Karen, you release those balloons into the sky, all that stuff, I think
she would have called everything out.
Yeah. And I think each of the women did call a little bit of it out, but it was all very like, hey, remember when you did that? Yeah.
Well, it was also in the confessional. Or, it was quickly shut down, whereas Candace was not one to be quickly shut down.
Yeah, exactly.
But then that's why she and Gizelle couldn't go anywhere, so they couldn't move forward.
I know, I shouldn't be here whining and lamenting, where's Candace? But,
No, I do. I did enjoy Candace, and
Yeah. I just again, I need someone to be a little bit more spicy. That's all. Just someone to be a little bit more. I'm not willing to accept that as your answer.
No, that's not a real answer.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's what I think I liked about her, and that's what I like about Wendy when Wendy does it. Is this, and so that's where she says to Gizelle, like, "Hey, what's?"
At least she said it to Giselle's face and was like, "I feel like this is a little hypocritical," even though it was shut down quickly. She at least said it.
Yeah, and true. And Gizelle didn't evade it. I mean, she didn't really answer it other than saying, "I just didn't like you last year," but
That's Giselle's answer. She gave a similar answer at the reunion. Like, I didn't defend her. I wasn't mad that Mia hit Wendy with her purse because I didn't like Wendy at the time.
Man, she could just fall back on this. Well, at the time, I didn't like so-and-so. So at the time, I was, it was a Tuesday and I was in a bad mood about Jeff. So I didn't mind,
Could Karen be like, at the time I didn't like you, so when someone threw you in the lake, like, I wasn't mad about it?
Yeah. Just
like...
But the next day, I was a little mad about it after the cameras stopped rolling. No. So...
Until then, I was like, bye.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Karen.
Oh, Karen, yeah. So... I don't know what's really to say about Karen.
I think it's a sad situation. I hope for the best for her, and I hope she gets to a good place and to a better relationship with alcohol. I don't understand why she pursued this court case knowing that there was this body cam footage. I guess she never thought would come out, but it has, and it's not putting her in the best light.
Yeah,
and
I mean, she was schnockered. Like, I mean, that's what I don't think anyone out in the fandom could ever have thought that it would be this bad.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like, I think also when you think about it, and I don't know how many people are watching Potomac that watched OC. OC, you're thinking, Shannon was able to not eloquently, but Shannon was able to say, like, yeah, I did something bad, but da-da-da, and I'm learned from it. And that's the one thing Karen hasn't done at all.
No.
On camera, anyway. And so I think I've just been applying what Shannon was doing, like what Shannon was saying, that, oh, Karen's done the same thing. She, realized she made a mistake and and walked it back a little bit. And so I'm taking necessary steps.
Yeah.
Especially because Karen has not been drinking on camera. Karen has been making a point almost on camera to say she's not continuing to drink. But then to see this footage where she's just blackout drunk.
Allegedly.
I mean, I don't know how you wouldn't. That's not blackout drunk.
Right.
I mean, and she's slurring, and the everything that she's saying.
White. I'm Thomas Jefferson's concubine. I think that she and Shannon could have learned from each other of how to operate post DUI. On the show and in life, and they both made choices that weren't the best, and one got held more
to the fire for.
Yes, and we know who that was.
Yeah. But it's unfortunate that that this happened. I didn't watch all the footage, and the footage I have seen, I think I've seen out of order. But I think the one bit I don't. It's hard not to. I don't know. I don't want to use the word enjoy because I don't enjoy seeing that footage. But there are bits of it that are, when you're watching it, it's unbelievable that would happen. So the fact that she says things like I should have taken an Uber, and the cops like,
yes,
yeah, you probably should have. Like you're just kind of like, oh, okay. But she was clearly going through something. She clearly drank a lot. But yeah, it's really
isn't a happy drunk situation.
Yeah, that's what. That's the thing. It's just you don't want to see anyone in that way. You don't want to see someone that out of control of their own person that it can
hurt themselves or somebody else.
Yeah, and then on top of that, they just continue to go on embarrassing yourself. It's one thing to be drunk and be out there and making jokes and being goofy and maybe embarrassing yourself in a way that like you just say some stupid stuff, but just go out there and you just say like embarrassing stuff and like stupid things that like just don't make sense. Like I don't know, I
feel like it needs to maybe be a one-on-one with Andy, because I don't think if it'll be properly covered after the reunion with everyone jumping in giving their opinion. But that's what the show is, everyone giving their opinion, but it feels like so serious that it needs to be beyond just reunion fodder.
Oh, for sure. Has Karen released a statement since?
I don't think she has.
I don't think so either. And that also feels a little like not missed opportunity almost. Like I think if she'd said, also
control the narrative, take back the narrative.
Yeah. Also, I do have to say some of the memes that have come out about this, like I'm
not the fence, I hit the fence.
Yeah. Not only am I the fence, I also drove into it. Things like that. Oh, so yeah, it's funny, but very sad, very unfortunate. But at the same time, like we shouldn't feel sorry for someone who did this. I mean, she shouldn't have been behind the wheel of the car.
Yeah. Well, it's like with Shannon, it's like I feel somewhat, but then also like you really could have hurt somebody and yourself. So I apply that same energy towards Karen and taking accountability, and that's what they both needed to do.
Yeah,
to do.
Yeah, Karen hasn't taken any accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how that people are talking. How will this affect her future on the show? And it's definitely not a good look. I don't know without. Like, is that the sort of thing that people want to see her back if she doesn't take?
I think she could have a good redemption season if she learns from her mistakes.
I don't know, that just seems extra icky to like let her profit off of this. You know what I mean?
Not profit. It's like if this is truly her life and she truly feels remorseful and hopefully does not go to jail, she gets sentenced on the 29th,
right
after the reunion next month. Not profit off of it, but like if that is her life and she's like, I'm going to learn from this, I'm going to do whatever measures it takes to get better, then that's just what they sign up for. They're talking about their lives and going through it on camera. So if it's an honest depiction, if she's just doing it for the camera, that's one thing. But she's honestly like, I want to get better, I want to have a better relationship with alcohol, then I want to see that.
Yeah, okay, all right. Okay, be down with that.
Yeah.
So... what else? I feel like we wanted to talk about Karen's stuff, but like we just kind of into existence.
No, I think that's all there was to talk about it.
Okay, I mean, I didn't know like if you had any strong opinions one way or another about the footage itself.
Oh no, it was just sad.
Okay.
Yeah. This is. Can you imagine like if we got the same footage like with the Ring camera with Ron Jansen and Shannon?
Yeah, that would just be
We're wrapping up 2024. This was a really great year that we started the podcast, and here we are at the end of the year and 120 some odd episodes.
24, I think, maybe 125 episodes. But yeah, who thought that would happen?
I did not.
You never thought we'd actually start the podcast.
No, I did. I didn't think you would want to do it.
Just got to get started. You remember the first like 20 episodes, I used to edit all our ums and likes out.
And gosh, you can't do that now.
You can't do that now. I mean, we apologize. We apologize for all the ums and likes.
It's like we're playing a game of Taboo. It's this thing when you
Also, okay, Taboo, they replaced the buzzer with a little duck squeezy toy, like a little dog toy. I don't like
Was it like a buzzer? Was it like a bell or like a...
No, it used to be a buzzer. You had a battery-operated buzzer. You'd hold down and it would make a noise. It was...
Oh.
I have a copy of Taboo somewhere downstairs? Maybe I don't. But anyway.
We have some... I think we have... You're thinking of personal preference.
Oh, well, yeah, I am. That's... good first season of our podcast. First year, we're going to do a second year, and we'll keep going. We're going to do a third and a fourth. We're going to be one of those people that people stumble into their podcast and go, how the hell do these guys have 4 years going? But
I would hope.
Yeah.
But they're like, I keep watching or listening.
Yeah.
Or watching on YouTube.
Well, we're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it means we have no more Housewives to talk about. So that means we're going to be on hiatus.
Till January 5th.
Right.
So.
I guess everyone enjoy your New Year and
your Boxing Day.
Yeah. And
Hanukkah and Kwanzaa.
Oh, yeah. Hanukkah's going on. Kwanzaa.
Yes. All the holidays, and have a safe holiday season. And, Yeah,
and we'll when we say we'll see you next time, we mean we'll see you next year.
See you next year.
All right.